In this activity here, they say that we should, we are given the following parabolic function, which is given as f of x, and then we are given a straight line, which is given as g of x. They say a, b, and k are intercept of the graph with the axis. So they intersect with the x-axis and the y-axis. And then they tell us that we have c, which is a turning point of f of x. And then they say CD, it's an axis of symmetry of f. And then D is a point such that f of x is equal to g of x. Okay. Now, with that information, they then say we should calculate the length of AB. Let's go and check where is A and B. So we have A and then we have B. Now, the question that we should ask ourselves is that what is happening here at A and then what is happening here at B? Now, we know something about y on the x-axis. Our y here is going to be equal to 0. If your y is going to be equal to 0, then it means you can use the fact that this thing here, f of x, intersects with the x-axis. So you will have 0, which is going to be equaling to, so that's going to be your number 1. You'll have 0, which is going to be equaling to minus 2x squared plus 4x plus 16. And then you want to factorize the following. If you're going to factorize the following, you can use your quadratic formula, and then you'll have x, which is going to be minus b plus n minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And then if you go and identify what is your a, what is your b, what is your c, you will say that you have a, which is minus 2, you have b, which is equaling to 4, and then we have c, which is going to be equal to 16. And then with that, you will have minus open bracket, you will have 4 close bracket, and then you have plus minus, and then you have 4 all squared minus 4 multiplied by minus 2 multiplied by 16. And then this is all over 2 multiplied by minus 2. Okay, now we're going to take the following information and then type it in your calculator. If we take the following information, we're going to have minus, open bracket, you have 4, close bracket. You start with plus, and then we have root. We have 4, close bracket, all squared, minus 4, multiplied by your a, which is minus 2, close bracket, multiplied by 16, which is your c. And then they say all this should be all over 2 multiplied by minus 2. And then if you say equals to, it gives you the first x value. The first x value is minus 2. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is to go and change, instead of plus, you're going to put minus. So if you put minus here, it says x is going to be equal to 4. Now, you can come and check which one should be A, which one should be B. So you have 2 values. One of them is going to be the coordinates of A. One of them is going to be the coordinates of B. If we look at this, A is on the negative side. So we'll come and say our A is going to be minus 2 is to 0. And then B is on the positive side, is going to be 4 and 0. Then from here onwards, we can calculate the distance. If we calculate the distance, we can use the fact that we know that AB is going to be equaling to, if you want to use the distance formula, you are only going to say you have x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. And then you will have AB being equaling to root. Here you're going to have 4 minus 2 close bracket all squared. Now for y, you don't have to worry about it because it's going to be 0 minus 0 all squared. But let's put it here so that you'll see it. So you have 0 minus here you have 0 minus 0 all squared. And then if you type this in your calculator, you're going to get 6. So the length of AB is going to be equal to 6. Okay, we are done with the first one. Now, what do we want to do next? We want to determine the coordinates of C. Let's come and check what did they say C was. They said C was the turning point of F. Now, how would you get a turning point? Now, remember, we can get a turning point by using the following formula. That's x is going to be equal to minus b all over 2a. Then, based on what we chose, we already know what is b. We said we have minus, we have open bracket 4, close bracket 2, multiplied by your a, which is minus 2. And then again, take the following information. You put it on your calculator. If you put this in your calculator, you're going to have minus, open bracket 4, close bracket, all over 2, multiplied by minus 2. And then you close your bracket, equals to. It says x is going to be 1. So this is the x coordinate of your turning point. What else do we want? We want to get the y coordinate. So we're going to say f of 1, meaning everywhere we see x, we're going to put 1. Then we'll have minus 2. Instead of x, we put 1 squared, plus 4 multiplied by 1, plus 16. And then if you do that, you're going to get minus 2, open bracket 1, close bracket all squared, plus 4 multiplied by 1, close bracket, plus 16. And then if you say equals to, it gives you what? 18. Meaning the coordinates of your C, you can come and tell them that C is going to be equaling to 1 is to 18. Now, you can come and put it here and say here you have 1 is to 18. Okay. Now, what else do you want to do? They said you should determine the equation of G. Now, how would you determine the equation of G? You can see K is on G. You can see A is on G. So the first thing that you'll try to do here on number 3 is to get M. So you'll get your M by saying you have y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Then it says M is going to be equaling to, now if you do it alphabetically, you are going to have 4 minus 0 all over 0 minus minus 2. Now, if you type this in your calculator, you are not trying to be a hero, you are going to have 4 minus 0 all over 0 minus open bracket minus 2, and then you close your bracket. It says equals to, it says M is going to be equaling to 2. Now, after that, you want to get your C. You use the following equation that says y is equaling to mx plus c. Now, you can either use the point A or you can either use the point K. So you're going to have, let's use A. If you use A, you're going to have 0, which is going to be equaling to, you know what is your M? M is 2, multiplied by minus 2 plus C. So 2 multiplied by 2, it gives you negative 4. And then you have 0, which is going to be equaling to minus 4 plus C. Take this one to this other side. It says you're going to have 4, which is C. Therefore, your equation is going to say y is equaling to 2x plus 4. This is going to be our equation of a straight line. Okay, we are done here with the corrections. And then how are we going to mark these then, guys? So I'm going to give you 1 mark for factorization, and then 1 mark for both values, 1 mark for the distance. We're going to give you 1 mark for the x coordinate, 1 mark for the y coordinate, 1 mark for M, 1 mark for C, and then 1 mark for your equation. All in all, this is going to be out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So give yourself a mark out of 8.